Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be my episode 5 review of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This was a really great episode and I think it's my favorite episode of the series so far. Lots of great character moments and a lot of action. This episode picks up after that major cliffhanger that we saw in episode 4 where John Walker just absolutely murders a flag smasher. So let's start off with talking about John Walker. So he's losing it even more after murdering the flag smasher at the end of the last episode, and at the beginning of this episode, he starts to fight Sam and Bucky, and he finally loses the shield, and Sam and Bucky take custody of it. Then right after that, the government strips him of the Captain America title, and Wyatt Russell's performance as the US agent is just so darn good. Like, you almost feel bad for the guy, even though he's a bit of a douchebag, and he just murdered someone. I just love his performance. Like, as John Walker's losing it, you can see him just, twitching here and there, his hands are twitching, and it's just like, you can just watch this guy fall into madness. I just can't believe how good of a performance that he's putting on. Then right after that big scene where the government takes away his title of Captain America, we see a mysterious woman walk in and sit down with John Walker and tell him what he did was right. And it turns out in the comics she's actually a bit of a villain, so I'm guessing she's going to push John Walker even further off the edge and make him into a bigger villain than he already is. Now let's talk about Sam, because this episode was absolutely huge for the character. We got to see his relationship with Bucky get even deeper, and I just love the chemistry between the two actors. This episode was all about him accepting to take on the role of Captain America, and this made for an awesome training montage where he's like running around, he's doing push-ups, he's training with the shield. It was just a really awesome scene, and I'm really glad that the scene where he's like throwing the shield at the trees and all that wasn't in the finale, because after seeing that scene in the trailer, I thought what was going to happen was that they were going to get the shield in the finale and then start training with it as like the final scene, which I'm kind of glad that doesn't happen, and he actually does that training scene in episode 5. We also got to see him have an amazing scene with Isaiah Bradley. That scene was really powerful and it dealt a lot with race and the image of Captain America, and I think this is going to make for a really deep, heartfelt scene in episode 6 where Isaiah Bradley is going to, support Sam in being that new Captain America. I just can't wait for that scene for like Isaiah Bradley to, change his thoughts around America and Captain America, and I just want to see Sam take over the mantle. I'm a big fan of Sam and I just want to, see him succeed as the new Cap. And the last point that I want to mention regarding Sam is that Bucky actually gives him a briefcase from Wakanda, and I think it's pretty obvious what it's going to be. I think it's going to be the new Captain America suit that Sam is going to wear in the finale. I was so upset in the final part of episode 5 where he's like opening up the briefcase and I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna see the suit, and then it just cuts to the credits. Oh man, the pain, but I guess we're going to see it in episode 6 anyways. I just gotta, be patient and wait 7 days to see this. But if you guys do want to know what it's going to look like, I'm going to be making a video later today based off of a toy leak, so stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and talk about Bucky. He finally gets the therapy that he needs. This guy has been through so much and has just never had a moment to really relax and just settle down. He really needed this, and a really cool aspect that they might be introducing is that Bucky might have a romance with Sam's sister Sarah, who is flirting with her a little bit and being all smiley, and I think that would be a really cool dynamic to have Bucky like dating Sam's sister. That would definitely make their relationship even more interesting, and I would just love the big brother moment of Sam being like, hey, you mess with her, you break her heart, I'll break you. Another big moment that Bucky had in this episode was that he gave Zemo over to the Wakandans. That's a pretty big deal because he didn't go the route of just letting Zemo go free after helping him and Sam. He did what he thought was right and gave custody of Zemo back over to the people that want him arrested. But I think we all know Zemo is definitely going to get out of jail, especially with the popularity around the character now because of this series. Marvel would be crazy to just lock him up and never use the character again, so he's definitely coming back, probably in a Thunderbolts movie or Disney Plus series. And after giving Zemo back to the Wakandans, he asks for a final favor, and that was the briefcase that we were talking about earlier on in the video that has Sam's new suit. So this new suit is most likely going to have traces of vibranium? So this new suit might have traces of vibranium in it, which is going to make Sam a little bit more powerful, having better equipment. I'm assuming his wings are going to just be full-on vibranium, which is going to be awesome. And it's pretty cool that his character is going to have almost like a connection to Steve Rogers and Bucky. He's going to have the shield of Captain America from Steve, and then a vibranium suit from Wakanda because of Bucky. And I think that's just really cool to have, Steve and Bucky play a part in making this new Captain America. And I just cannot wait to see Sam wear that that suit. Now let's talk about Shady Sharon, because it looks like she was actually working with Batroc in this episode. She hired George St. Pierre to work with the Flag Smashers. Now she could be doing good or she could be doing bad. We don't really know just yet, but chances are she's probably working with the power broker, so I doubt she's up to anything good. And the fact that she's working with a known criminal also is a bit of a red flag, but that's really all she did in the episode. She hired Batroc to go work with the Flag Smashers, and I just can't wait for the reveal to see if she is the power broker, or if she's working for the power broker, or if she's trying to do good and maybe get back into the States. I just can't wait for it all to be revealed in the finale. And now the final characters that we're going to talk about in this episode review is the Flag Smashers. The reason that I'm talking about them last is because they didn't really do anything in this episode. They're basically just preparing for an attack that's going to happen in the series finale, and they're working with Batroc now, and that's pretty much it. That's all that really happened in this episode, but they do want to take down Captain America for killing one of their Flag Smashers, and I think that's going to make a really cool scene in the finale, and I just can't wait to see John Walker go like crazy versus a bunch of Flag Smashers, and they're definitely going to have a fight scene between Carly and John. So guys, that was my review for episode 5 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Really good episode, my favorite so far of the series. This is just making for such an incredible finale. Like, there's so many things that need to be tied up by that last episode, which means that episode 6 is going to be absolutely insane. So guys, leave a comment down below of what you guys thought about episode 5. I just want to say thanks for watching the video. I'm going to be posting a lot more content on this channel, so that means a lot more videos are coming your way, but for now, this is the end of this video. Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video.